Yeah.
Plus, a lot of it is going to be on the salary cap. It's whatever they can fit in. They're going to have to reassess the whole team. Obviously, you got to look at the goaltending first of all and see what you're going to do with Carey Price or Halak. Are you going to bring in another goalie?
But you have to admit, Montreal is in a very unique position. They're in a good position because they have the money to spend. Like Toronto, they have the money to spend.
I agree, but
they can turn it around.
No, I agree, and I thought about that this morning, and I said, you know what? That's true, but they can also go into the problem that Tampa Bay went into. They had that last year, and they went and signed all the wrong players. They can also make a mistake by going, it's
but
fine.
You can't compare Bob Gainey and the ownership.
It doesn't matter. So what? You can't compare anything. It depends what players are available and who you're going to get. And do you really want to bring in these high-priced players just because you have the salary cap, and then you're going to be in a problem the year after? You got to be careful with that too. So you got to have to look at the whole team as a whole, and just look at it from the goaltending to the defense to the forwards, and just kind of see who you really need out there. And don't make mistakes like Tampa Bay did, because it'll cost you in the long run.
Oh, he's crazy. Let me ask you one thing. Vincent Lecavalier.
Oh, again with
Will
Lecavalier.
Vincent Lecavalier be a part of the Montreal Canadiens come drafting? Will it happen? Ed, you tell me, baby, because you're sexy. Tell me.
My gut feel tells me yes, and I've heard pros and cons, but I also read some articles, and I read the Montreal Gazette, the sports side, and from interviews he's done, and he loves money. He's from Montreal. He loved it in his
A lot of pressure
there.
in Montreal. We all know that.
That's right. He doesn't like the pressure, guys. He's not going to come here.
But
he wants to stay in Florida. He likes the sun. He likes his life there. He doesn't want the pressure. That's why he signed a big long-term contract there. If he wanted to come here, he wouldn't have done that.
Sure he did.
But right now, hold on. Before we go anywhere, right now, he doesn't have the right to say yes or no.
It doesn't
Until
matter.
July 1st,
fine. Trade him to Montreal, and then he won't want to play.
Trust me, you think a hometown boy like that, he would be booed out of that province for the rest of his life if he did something like that. No, if he gets thrown to Montreal,
he's happy in Tampa Bay.
If he gets thrown to Montreal, he's going to go to Montreal.
Okay, so you want Montreal to trade for this guy, probably give up a lot, and then he's not happy playing there? How's that any good?
No, I don't think that would be the case.
Sure it is. He would have been there already. He would have been there. When he was a free agent, he would have looked into Montreal to signing there. If he didn't do that before, he had his reasons for not wanting to sign in Montreal.
No. Tampa Bay didn't want to trade him. And
trade him.
They won a Stanley Cup with him and Martin St. Louis. I really think, though, that the crowning jewel of his whole career could be playing for his hometown Montreal Canadiens. Every young kid.
But Ed, he had that opportunity.
Montreal dreams.
It's not about trading him there. When he signed a long-term contract, he could have said no to Tampa Bay and signed with Montreal. He didn't. Why?
He had won a Stanley Cup.
Well, the thing is, a lot of teams have, a lot of players have these issues with their teams that they're on right now, and they want to stay with the teams, and they always deal with them first.
No, you guys are making it sound like he loves Montreal.
Hold on. It was a lucrative contract, March. It was a lucrative contract.
And you're telling me Montreal wouldn't come up with the numbers? Or close to it, but it doesn't matter. Even if they sign him for 8 instead of 10, but he wants to play in Montreal.
Well, we
Why
don't
would he
know
want
that.
to do that?
We don't know what the future is going to happen.
Because he doesn't want to play there.
I'm betting you this right now.
Lecavalier does not like the pressure. He doesn't want to play in a pressure cooker
Lecavalier will
city.
be a Montreal Canadian by draft day.
Okay, because you've been right before.
I have been right. Who called that San Jose would be tanked? I did.
Oh, that's what, 1 out of the 8 series?
Yeah, okay, you and your Blackhawks, okay?
That's right. Go Hawks, go.
Let me say one more thing about Vincent before we get off the topic, okay? He's played his whole career so far in Tampa Bay, and he hasn't been in the limelight, seen the pressure of all these former Montreal stars. And he probably could. He has a lot of pride. He could take 1 or 2 seasons of the relentless media pressure in Montreal.
But he had that opportunity there. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
Yeah, sure he did. But you know what? Maybe the stars didn't align that time for him to leave. Maybe it wasn't the time for him to leave. But hey, I see him in a Montreal Canadiens uniform next season.
Well, of course you guys do. You guys see Montreal fans. You guys see everybody in
I'm
uniform.
going to take these 2 gentlemen to dinner if I'm wrong.
Hopefully you still take us if you're right. Now
Hold on. Let me just stop.
Oh, you buy the drinks.
Let's throw these 2 things out here. Bob Gainey, with his decisions and Carey Price, will Bob Gainey still be the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens? March, yes or no, will he be?
It doesn't really matter.
It does matter. I'm asking you a question. Will he be the general manager
of the season? Yes, I think he will be.
So
he'll get another shot at it. Yeah.
He will be there.
Yeah, of course he will.
The 5-year plan, he will still be there.
He'll be there.
Okay, Ed?
Oh, absolutely. Bob Gainey's an institution. He'll be in Montreal for the next 10 years.
Okay, so we both have a consensus of that. What about the issues with Carey Price? Now, we know there's a lot of off-ice issues with Carey Price. There's a lot of on-ice issues. Do you see him, honestly, being the goalie of the future?
Absolutely. He's a young kid. Martin Brodeur didn't win the Stanley Cup in his first season, and he's one of the top goalies in the league.
Yeah. So what about you, Mark?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I've said before in the other telecast, you guys, the problem with Montreal fans is as soon as Carey Price is down in his luck and all that, let's trade him. Let's get Le Cavalier. He's not that good. This and that. Are you guys crazy? He's a young goalie.
No.
You can't trade a caliber goalie like that.
Yeah.
You got to just work with him. Hey, it might take a couple of years. So what? Just do it. But you cannot. Yes, he'll be back in Montreal. Don't worry about that. And you know what? Maybe just have one of those years. Who knows? He had personal problems. You don't know, right? So you got to give the guy another shot. Never mind this Halak and then bringing in another goalie and all that. No, you got to go with him. Like I said, even in the playoffs, you guys wanted to start Halak, and I even said, no, just get Carey Price all 4 games, even if he's out. See what
Take
you can
the energy batteries out of your freaking pocket for a second and listen to me.
It's the same stories over and
I'm
over.
asking people who are watching this all across the world right now a question. We want to know your answer. Info at sport. You didn't even know the question I'm asking.
Well, I have ESPN. Oh, sorry.
ESPN. Info at sportsnightradio.com. Info at sportsnightradio.com. Will Vincent Lecavalier be a part of the Montreal Canadiens going into next season? Email us and say yes or no. We want to know that. What do you have to say, Mark?
I just want to add one last thing here. Now that the Montreal fans are done, I know you guys as the viewers and stuff, you're probably saying, okay, Montreal's been out for like 2 weeks. Why do they keep rehashing the Montreal Canadiens? Hey, I agree. As the viewers and stuff, I agree. And hopefully this is the end of it and stuff like that. But I must say to you guys, I found out the reason. It's because these guys are suffering from a disease. No, it's not the swine flu or the Spanish flu or whatever. Apparently, I've got it here. A lot of people don't know, but it's something called habitants-itis. And for the French that are out there, habitants-itis, or however you want to pronounce, okay? Now, this started late last year when Montreal finished first overall. Right? And going into this year, they thought there were a few players away, like George Rocco. We're going to have toughness now. And we're going to have more scoring with Alex Tanguay. And everybody's coming in. It's the 100-year celebration. And we get the All-Star game in Montreal. We can't lose. We're going to win the Cup. And Carey Price is the next Patrick Waugh. Forget about it. Phooey. It didn't happen. You know what? The good thing is, though, they're all suffering from this. And it'll be over soon. They have a cure. And just please take a dose of GOI. Get over it. Just get over it. It's over.
The draft
Please.
is in Montreal.
There's another 8 teams like my beautiful Blackhawks. No, but let's.
Aaron,
you know what?
The draft's in Montreal.
The problem with Montreal fans is as soon as Montreal loses, they forget about hockey. That's the problem with the Montreal fans. Just like you guys, when you have franchises that don't do well, look at the Alouettes. They don't do well, they go down. The Canadians, when they weren't playing well, what did you have in the stands? Toronto people leave fans.
About the Expos.
No, ridiculous.
You can say that there's going to be no Montreal Canadians. That they're gone.
What do you mean?
You just said if fans don't believe in them, they're going to gone. They're going to be gone, just like the Alouettes.
They are. When they weren't playing well,
Okay,
who did you have in the stands? You had 3/4 of the people were Toronto Maple Leaf fans.
So where are the Montreal Canadiens going to be? According to March,
I'm just saying. I don't believe
according to Marciello over here,
you even said
Montreal's not going to have a hockey team.
Now that Montreal's not in the playoffs anymore, I'm not going to watch hockey.
They're going to be in Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Canadiens.
I'm just saying, you guys are not real fans. You're not fans of the game. Chicago hasn't been in the playoffs for 6 years. I've still been watching every team. Where have you guys been? What? Now that Montreal
You're a Toronto fan.
No, you guys
watch all the teams.
Montreal
I watch all the teams.
No.
Overall,
But
it was
anyways.
overall, this is a 100-year anniversary of the Montreal Canadiens.
So
it's good.
You need two really good superstars on your
As
team.
I'm trying to say, it's a 100-year anniversary of the Montreal Canadiens. We should celebrate the fact that a great team who has won the most Stanley Cups in the history of the game and has propelled excellence in the game for 100 years. And 75 years to 100 years, there's other great teams that are going to be leading up to that mark. The original 6, the Boston Bruins, the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And the Chicago Blackhawks.
And I'm sure when the Chicago Blackhawks reach their 100-year milestone, the centennial, you won't be here shutting up. Okay? So I'm just going to say, Montreal, keep your hopes up. I think next year is going to be a great year because there are no expectations. And when you don't have expectations, things go really well. It's like taking a girl out at the end of the day. She could be beautiful. She could be ugly. It doesn't really matter. No. If you don't have those expectations of something happening, something always does happen.
But that's what I'm saying. You guys had too many expectations. It was like a disease. You wanted to win. You thought you were going to win. Didn't happen.
If you believe you have habititis, go to
no, you guys have it. You guys have it. It's just GOI. Get over it.
Yes, of course.
You can get shots for
this?
this?
It's in your coffee. Take a sip and you'll be over it.
For the Weasel Fred, my name is Aaron Thomas. This is Sports Night Radio. Check it out. This is the Hab Talk. We're going to be back soon, and we're going to be talking about the San Jose Sharks, and we're going to be talking about the second round of the NHL playoffs.